COVID as a pandemic, yes, shifted us fundamentally, but that also meant that women have been overloaded with work, whether it is managing their personal as well as professional careers, back being working from home. Now, how do you kind of get out of that vicious chain? Unfortunately, it's not going to be easy unless there is a very, very strong support from organizations which can give flexible women policies, organizations which understand that for women, whether we like it or not, occupy that huge amount of workload at home as well as balancing career opportunities. For me, it's a blaring example. I haven't signed up for homeschooling my 2 children, but here they are, working with me while I'm doing this call with all of you here. So that's the reality of life these days. But having said that, some things that really work in organizations, and I can proudly say that for mine, out of the 7 women directors, or out of the 7 directors that are there on board today, 3 of them are women in Premier Energies. We have an all-women shift in a traditional manufacturing setup, which has never, which was mostly male-dominated work is what you think of when you think of manufacturing. But the most productive shift that we have is an all-women shift, and who also come in the night. But then the organization also does its support. We ensure that there is safety is taken care of. There's transport available. Women are dropped off at their doorsteps. There is a women security guard present on that transport. So these things, they have to go hand in hand. You cannot escape from reality. Yes, it is difficult to hold on to that women workforce. Having, even the best of policies will not help. But then, that's probably a pessimistic way of looking at things. But then organizations now have tried to kind of combat that. We are making small steps towards that, but the road ahead is quite winding and quite long.